Hello from Cracker Boys Boat Works, Fort Pierce, Florida. Walking around looking at some projects at different stages of completion, and I'm looking at this big sport fisherman here, about 40 feet, and sitting in front of it on a trailer are two big rectangular tanks. I'm going to assume these are fuel tanks. The reason I bring this to your attention, if you're getting a deal on an older boat that might have steel fuel tanks, remember, steel rust. So if you're going to buy an older boat for a bargain price that's got steel fuel tanks, remember that the old tanks have to come out and the new tanks have to go in. And then you think, I can chop up the old tanks and get them out, but how do you put the new tanks back in? The answer is not easy. Probably includes removing the engines, pulling the fuel tanks out, building the fuel tanks, putting the new fuel tanks back in, and then putting the engines back in. Some boatyards might quote you a time and a price. Both of those are very important, but the time is really going to be months. Not a good number, but a realistic number. So if you're going to buy your boat, pay a note on it, and have the boat in the boatyard getting the fuel tanks replaced, you can imagine that you'll have to do without your boat for a couple of months. A lot of boatyards might dispute that, but that's the average that we're seeing, a couple of months. One 52-foot boat that we worked with took 6 months. So if you're buying a boat, make sure it's a super duper good deal, or pass it up and find another boat with good fuel tanks. If you've got any questions about do-it-yourself maintenance, remember, ask Captain Chris.